Welcome to another episode of TC's Anything Goes. So today we are going to be changing the player in the Proton Inspira, aka Mitsubishi Lancer 08. Alright, so here I'm going to show you the history of the players that has been in my car, as well as what I'm going to be installing next. So originally the car comes with this Clarion player, which is a very basic player. It has Bluetooth connectivity, but that's it. Alright, so I've swapped this out for this huge thing here, 10.1 inch Android 4 player. Alright, it has 1 gig of RAM, 8 gig of storage with all the expendables. Alright, so I won't get too much into the details of this player. It's quite old already. I've been using it for about, say, 5 years or 4 to 5 years. It's still working. The only thing that's not working in it is that the brightness cannot be adjusted. Alright, even if I put it to the lowest or the highest, it maintains at the highest, which is very annoying, especially when driving at night. Whenever a video with very bright background comes out, it's very glaring, which is also the main reason why I'm swapping out this unit for a newer unit. Now, this is using Android 4.1. The new unit here uses Android 8.1. Has 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal memory, so it's twice as powerful as this. Very much cheaper as well. So about 4 or 5 years ago when I bought this, it was about 1,600 ringgit, which is about $400. Whereas this one, the new one, I bought it for about 486 ringgit, which is about $120 now. Alright, and the thing that I love about this new unit, if I put it to the side, you can see how bulky and big this unit is, whereas this, yeah, basically you won't see the unit. See? The unit is just very slim, much like a tablet, just slightly bigger. Alright, and also it doesn't have any fans. Yeah, it doesn't have any fans, whereas this has a fan built into it, which is actually very noisy. Over the years, I believe the bearings are a bit giving way, so you may not notice it while driving, but when you stop the car and off the engine, when it's cooling down, you can hear the fan running quite loud. So yep, this has served me well. I will probably use it for another project. Yeah, I will install this into a car that's not meant to have it, whereas this will go into the Inspira. So let's get to it. Just a few clips. Let me take it out and I'll tell you how many there is. Okay, that's the first layer, and then this is held on by 1, 2. Okay, so it's held on. Okay, this portion is held on by 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is held on by 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. Okay, so same with the other side. Once it's removed, we'll install it into the other player. Alright, so I've installed one side here. Okay, so as you can see, it's held on by 1, 2, 3, 4 clips here, which is aligned with this. So there's no way for you to mess this up. There's no way for you to actually install it the other way around. It has to go in like this. Alright, so I know some people will ask me why did I separate the two units here. Alright, I could have just installed it with, as a whole, but I'm not doing that. Reason being is that I want to have more grip when I'm pushing it into the clips, to make sure that it actually sits in properly. And all preparations are done. We have a proper unit with aircon vents that works. Alright, so let's get back to the car and we will install this. Alright, So to remove the existing player, first you need to remove this panel and this panel as well. So to remove this, all you need is a Phillips screwdriver. Alright, so what you need to do is just remove this. You see there will be two notches on the side here. Alright, so what you do is just take it out, move those cables, and there is one mount here for the strut. Okay, once that's out, just pull it out. Then you will see one screw over here. Alright, so open the screw. Pull this out. And you'll be greeted with another screw over here. So remove this screw. And pull this out. Okay, this is a bit on the harder side, but possible. Alright, so we have gotten that out. Now to remove the player, first you need to remove these 3 screws here first. Some people they don't, they just pull it out, but I'll tell you why. Okay, so there's cables at the back here. You don't want to risk tearing this when you pull this out later. Alright, simple as that. Now for the player, just pull it out as well. Everything's held on by clips. Pull at the corners, that will make things easier. Don't pull in the middle here, it will be difficult. Okay, and we have gotten it out. Then you will need to unplug all the cables at the back. And there you have it, it's out. Alright. Alright, so we are back at the car, and what we'll be doing now is that we will sort out the old wiring and the new wiring. I've taken a quick look on it, doesn't seem to be the same, so we will not be able to use back the same connectors as well. So, yep, time lapse. Okay, so what we have here, alright, this is actually very useful. Alright, it basically taps into existing wires. So what happens is that you put the wire with the power through, and then the wire that you want to tap with, and then press it, and it will join together. Alright, we'll continue. Alright, so this is a close-up on the wiring. While it may look a bit messy, but it's actually not. Okay, so I've actually clustered it. This is the first cluster. Alright, this is the first cluster whereby it has the GPS antenna and the 2 USB. all 3 cables, I'm running it through behind the glove compartment on the top there. Alright, one goes to my dash cam, one more goes down here, and then the GPS will sit on top here. Okay, so that's the first cluster. The second cluster, alright, is actually it is actually not necessary if you do not have any subwoofers or any amplifiers. Alright, it's basically for the RCA cables. Okay, as you can see, it's only 2. And yeah, then the last cluster, so this is the third cluster. This is the more complicated one. This is the main cluster. Alright, so this player comes with the what you call it, the wiring harness, so that we do not need to actually cut any of the original harness. But there is let's see, there is one that we need to take note, which is the brown one, which says here back. So when it says back, we do not really know what it means. I was thinking maybe it was the reverse, it was either the reverse camera or the handbrake, which is also at the back. Okay, so this is actually for the reverse camera. So what it needs is this part of the third cluster, whereby the camera input is here. Alright, this goes to the player. This came from all the way at the back, and it has one 12 volt line that needs to connect to somewhere, so that goes to this back cable here. Alright, so that's basically all the cables that you have. And yeah, the grounding, I put it over on this side. Yeah, that's all the wiring. So we'll be assembling this, and I will show you how the power for the reverse camera is situated at the back. Alright. Okay, so missed out on one thing, which is the white clips here. Alright, these are the clips that is from the old player. We need to remove all this and then put it into the new ones. Alright, so yeah, there's about 7 clips. Once that is done, then we can install the whole thing. Alright, so there you have it. That's how we install the Android player for the Proton Inspira, aka Mitsubishi Lancer 08 rebatched. Alright, so there are a couple of things that I didn't show. Example, like the reverse camera's wiring at the back. It's actually quite simple, but I'm reserving that for the future DIY. So I've ordered the parts, it has not arrived yet. Yeah. Okay, and in terms of difficulty, this isn't very difficult if you know basic car wiring. There's not much to it. There's basically just the power, the accessory, the ground. That's the 3 main power related. The rest are 8 wires to the 8 cables to the speakers, and then the reverse camera, as well as GPS and USB. All those are just direct connection. So the difficult part is just finding how to route the cables. Other than that, it's all quite simple. As you saw, it's only 3 clusters, and the 3 clusters are actually quite basic. And then in terms of time, how long it took for me to finish this DIY is roughly about an hour. Most of the time is actually spent on searching for that back cable, what that back cable was. This is because if I were to connect it wrongly, I might just short circuit the player, due to the fact that the 12 volt the red cable that came with the video AV, that is a live wire. So if I were to connect wrongly, it might just short something. So I have to be careful on that. Other than that, in terms of player quality, what I do see is that it is faster, better. Interface, I still got to get used to it. Screen wise, it could be better. I prefer the Android 4.1 screen, whereby it's made of glass, whereas the 8.1, the new one, is a bit sketchy. Yeah, a bit sketchy, and the colors is not as nice as the Android 4.1. Alright, resolution wise is the same, just that the color production is not too good, so I guess that's the trade-off of having a cheaper unit, 1,006 ringgit versus a 400 ringgit. Alright, okay, so that's it for today. If you like this video, if you don't like it, you can always hit that button and leave a comment on how we can improve further. Goose. And yeah, hit subscribe, hit the bell button so that you get notified of our future videos. Alright, thanks. Signing off.